Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. Drew and Nathan's rivalry erupts. Nina and Willow's family protector strikes back? General Hospital, GH spoilers hint that Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, and Nathan West's, Ryan Pavey, rivalry may erupt soon. Will Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watrose, and Willow Tate's, Caitlin McMullen, family protector strike back now that Nathan has returned? After Drew meets Willow in GH's September 29th episode, he may form a fast bond with his niece. Willow obviously has serious problems with Nina, but she won't hold them against Nathan when they exchange pleasant introductions. Of course, Nina may eventually give Nathan updates on the entire Willow and Nellie Benson, Chloe Lanier, saga. Willow is the only daughter Nina has left, but all the Drew drama has driven them apart. Once Nathan is brought up to speed on how it all went down, he may resolve to fix things between Nina and Willow if he can. Nathan may decide that to do that, he has to make Drew stay as far away from Willow and Nina as possible. Drew doesn't get along with most people anyway, but Nathan will have a special disdain for him due to his treatment of Nina and manipulation of Willow. Nathan cares about his family and may become determined to play fierce protector here. Drew is always looking for his next enemy to attack, so he may jump at the chance to make Nathan his new rival. Nathan and Drew could become formidable foes, so that could deliver some heated face-offs to entertain fans. After Nathan recovers and scores his hospital release, he may track Drew down to get a few things straight. Nathan may warn Drew that if he doesn't stop creating so much turmoil in Willow and Nina's lives, there'll be a price to pay. Drew gets away with far too much on any given day, so it's high time for someone like Nathan to put him in his place. Although Drew doesn't scare easily, maybe he should be a little afraid since there are so many unknowns about Nathan's time away. Nathan is missing his memories from the last 7 years, so he may have done some horrible things that he can't even remember during that time frame. In other words, Nathan may have a sinister side buried underneath, and that could lead to some alarming news for Drew. Whatever the case, General Hospital spoilers point to Drew and Nathan having some major hostility ahead of them, so stay tuned. The serene facade of Port Charles is set to be violently shattered as one of the most unexpected returns in recent memory rips through the lives of the town's most prominent families. Forget the slow-burn drama of custody battles and corporate espionage. This week's General Hospital spoilers point to a dramatic, high-octane collision course that will leave no one unscathed. The return of a character long believed dead ignites a simmering rivalry between two powerful men, and in the fallout, a family protector, scorned and desperate, prepares to strike back with devastating consequences. The resurrection of a legend. Nathan West is alive. The biggest shockwave hitting Port Charles is the miraculous, bewildering return of Detective Nathan West. 4 years, his widow Maxie Jones, his mother Lisa Lobrecht, and the entire town have grieved the loss of the dedicated police officer. Now, a bombshell revelation delivered by none other than Nina Reeves confirms the impossible. Nathan is alive. This news alone is enough to send the Scorpio West Obrecht clans reeling. But Nathan's reappearance is far from a simple family reunion. The details of his supposed death and his 7-year disappearance are shrouded in mystery, and his return is poised to blow the lid off a massive, town-wide conspiracy. The biggest question: where has he been, and what forced him to stay away from the family who desperately mourned him? Speculation is running wild that Nathan's death was a carefully orchestrated scheme, perhaps tied to a shadowy government agency or a ruthless mob enemy, and his return is motivated by a need to settle a debt or, more frighteningly, complete a mission. Drew Kane versus Nathan West. A rivalry erupts. Nathan's resurrection immediately creates a massive complication for the Quartermain family, specifically for Drew Kane. Drew, still recovering from a mysterious shooting and exhibiting increasingly volatile behavior, is at the center of the town's drama. His aggressive pursuit of corporate control and his personal feuds have made him a target, and now he finds himself in an unexpected, explosive rivalry with a returning detective. Why would Drew and Nathan be at odds? The answer lies in their shared connections to the women in their lives. Nathan's close ties to Maxie Jones, who has moved on with Damian Spinelli, will naturally create tension. But the true flashpoint is Nathan's immediate, protective concern for his biological family, Nina Reeves and her daughter, Willow Tate. Drew's current manipulative relationship with Willow has been a source of growing anxiety for those who truly care about her. Drew has leveraged Willow's grief and desperation to solidify his power, even after his past affair with Nina came to light. The whispers around Port Charles suggest that Drew's behavior has crossed a line, a sentiment that the morally straight-laced Nathan West will not tolerate. Armed with his detective's intuition and a fresh perspective on the toxic Port Charles power plays, sees Drew for the calculating manipulator he's become. Drew, already on the warpath and paranoid following the attempt on his life, views Nathan's presence as a direct threat to his carefully constructed life with Willow. The stage is set for a dramatic showdown. Drew's aggression, fueled by suspicion and a need to control his narrative, will clash head-on with Nathan's unwavering moral compass and instinct to protect his kin. A confrontation between these two alpha males is inevitable, possibly in a public setting like the highly anticipated reading of Monica Quartermain's will, ensuring that the entire Quartermain-Corinthos-Albrecht families are caught in the crossfire. Nina's family protector strikes back. This chaotic turn of events serves as a catalyst for the final, most devastating move in this week's saga. Nina Reeves, already reeling from the shock of her half-brother Nathan's return, finds herself at a terrifying crossroads. For too long, Nina has been on the defensive, fighting for her relationship with Willow, desperately trying to prove her motherly devotion, and even risking her own life and freedom to cover a secret. But with Nathan's return, a new powerful piece is introduced to her game. Nina's desperation has been rooted in her fear of losing her daughter, Willow. Willow, for her part, has been emotionally blackmailed into a relationship with Drew, believing it is the only way to protect her children. But the reappearance of a loving, non-judgmental family member like Nathan provides Nina with a potential ally and, more importantly, a moral backbone she desperately needs. The shocking spoiler suggests that Willow, heartbroken and distraught after a tense meeting with her ex-husband Michael, finally reaches her breaking point. She is distraught over the perceived loss of control in her life and the compromises she has made for Drew. Seeing her daughter suffering, and knowing the truth about Drew's shady machinations and the emotional damage he has inflicted, Nina makes a decision that will shake Port Charles to its core. The family protector is no longer just Nathan. It's Nina herself, ready to sacrifice everything for her daughter's true happiness and safety. The massive reveal is that Nina strikes back by exposing the full extent of Drew's manipulative behavior and lies to the Port Charles Police Department, perhaps even linking him to a massive crime, such as the shooting. Her shocking news to Liesl Albrecht about Nathan's return is the first domino. The final game-changing move is the complete, self-sacrificial exposure of Drew. This act will be a final, desperate move to free Willow from Drew's orbit, even if it means destroying her own relationship with her daughter in the short term. Nina's confession, which could implicate her in past cover-ups or even put her at risk of prosecution, will be the ultimate price paid for protecting her family. The upcoming week promises a flurry of high-stakes drama. Anna Devane and Detective Chase are closing in on Drew's shooter, and the search warrant is expected to be served on a key suspect, a suspect whose identity may be revealed by Nina's shocking confession. The Quartermain reading will be less about inheritance and more about accusations, with Drew on the warpath, and Willow's distress signaling the final unraveling of her relationship with him. Port Charles is on the brink of an upheaval. With Nathan West back from the dead, a violent new rivalry erupting with Drew Kane, and a family protector Nina, making a devastating and life-altering move, the landscape of General Hospital is about to change forever. Tune in, because the secrets are out, the guns are loaded, figuratively and literally, and the consequences will be truly shocking.